Okay, so thank you guys so much for having on. I wanted to do this Zoom just because this is how I'm able to literally organize my follow-ups and just like make sure that no one falls through the cracks. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kayla. I am a diamond with It Works. I've been in this company for 2.5 years, and I'm going double this month. Like, holla. But I really had to kind of be real with myself, like at the end of 2019, and I was just like, what do I really need to work on, like in 2020? And it was follow-ups. Like, I've never been consistent with them. I don't have an organization system. I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm just going to be totally real and transparent about it because you know what? Follow-ups are my weak spot. And that's just my journey and part of my story. So I have gotten super duper organized with them now. And just I am like negative 0.5% green. I'm like not organized at all. Like if you could see my desk right now, scary. But it's just like I just like wanted to make a system that worked for me that was just so simple. So that's what I did. Connect for me. I like the Connect app. Okay. I love the Connect app. But when I was doing follow-ups, for me personally, like I felt like my text like weren't sending. Like even with my iMessage off, I just feel like my phone provider like literally won't send my text even though it says it did. So I just like never knew because I would do like literally like 600 follow-ups with like no responses. And like I was just like something's wrong. I've been using the Reach app, so much better results with it. And that is just like my story. Again, if the Connect app works for you, use it. But if it's not, or if you feel like, you want to be more organized, the Reach app, way better with organization and like way more simple to send out follow-ups faster. So before I like go into Reach, if you guys don't save your contacts, you need to start, okay? Because I don't know about you guys, but like if I just see random numbers like in my messages, that just gives me anxiety. I have no idea who is who or what person's name is or what they're interested in or if they're a distributor or a potential distributor or not. I don't know. So how I organize my contacts is anytime I get someone's number, I save it as their first and last name if I can find it, or just their first name, whatever. And then I put PLC or PDT to determine whether or not they're a potential customer, a potential distributor. And then I put the date that I got their number. So like, for example, today would be, Abby Smith, PLC 2/6. And all my PLCs have a black heart emoji. I don't know why, I just do that. And all my PDTs have a fire emoji because all my DTs on my team are fire. So I'm already speaking into existence. So that's how I save my contacts. And when I save contacts and like at the end of each day, I write down who I talked to that day. So like I have a planner. If you don't have a planner, that's fine. Use a notebook. I don't care what you use. Just write them down. So like I haven't inputted like all of the people that I've talked to today just because it's still only like 9 o'clock where I am. So here's my planner, right? I've only like written down like 3 people for today, but I've like talked to like way more. But I'll write down like at the end of each day people's names of like their contact or whatever. And I put like PLC or PDT. And if I sign them up, I put a check mark next to their name. So I'm writing down everybody that I talk to each day. And because I save my contacts as like, Abby Smith, PLC, like 2/6, I literally go into the contacts app in my iPhone. If you have an Android, I am sorry. I don't know if this works for you or not. But for iPhone users, you have a contacts app, right? So I go into the contacts app and I literally search PLC 2/6. And all of the people that I got their numbers today, I will pop up and I just write them down. And then I'll do the same thing for PDTs, PDT 2/6. And they'll pop up all in one sitting, write them down. So I do that, and then I'll like the next day. Oh, also I follow up every single day. I don't wait until Friday. I don't care. You never know where the conversation left off. If you forgot to respond, that happens to me. Happens to all of us. So whether someone doesn't respond to you in the middle of a conversation, or maybe you forgot to respond or something, I just pick up the conversation where they left off the next day. So, for example, like tomorrow, I'm going to follow up with everyone that I talked to today and Wednesday, just because the people's numbers that I got on Wednesday, I followed up with them on Thursday, right? And depending on where the conversation is, maybe it got like stopped or for whatever reason. So I follow up with them again. Um, so the way that I just do like the daily follow-ups, I'll literally go into my contacts app on my phone, type in 2/6, and anybody that has the date, I click their name, click message, follow up, boom, done. Go back to the contacts, click the next person, click message, follow up, boom, done. So that way you don't have to go in your messages and then scroll, and then click on the person that you want to follow up with them. And then when you send that text, it goes all the way back to the top. And it's very annoying, especially if you're talking to people all the time. And then like your eyes like do this cross-eyed thing. And like when there's a lot of conversations, you miss people to follow up with. So that's why I do it through the contacts app. I just type in the day that I got their number or whatever, and I just follow up. If you have more than 20 to do between like 2 days, or I would say more than 30, just between 2 days, turn off your iMessage, deal with it. Don't test it unless you want to get blocked on iMessage and be blocked from texting for a week. If you want to do that, be my guest, but it sucks. So like if you have more than like 30 people to follow up with within 2 days, like me, I turn off my iMessage. Your text will still send, okay? And then like once you're done doing it, takes 2 seconds, you turn it back on, and then all of your messages will come back to life, okay? Especially if you have an iWatch or an Mac or an iPad. If you don't have those things, don't sweat it, all right? Just keep turn off your iMessage, turn it back on, and you'll get the responses. So that's how I organize everything. And just like by writing them down, I'm making sure that I literally don't miss anyone that I talk to, okay? And then I'll follow up day to day, right? And then on Friday, follow up Friday, which is like the best day to follow up because why? Everyone gets paid on Friday. Everyone. Literally everyone. Maybe they get paid on Thursday, even better. Like, I don't know. So like I'll follow up on Friday with all of the people that I talked to that week and the week prior. So usually on a weekly basis, I'll have like maybe 50 or 60 weekly follow-ups. If you put 2 weeks together, it's at least, I don't know, like 130 follow-ups just within 2 weeks. Think about that. That's a lot of people, guys. That's a lot of people. And if you are not following up, you need to do that, okay? Because it takes, like, on average, 5 to 13 times for you to follow up with someone before they order or before they join your team. It's just like the way it is. And it's not just with It Works. It's with any business. Any business. Think about how many emails a day you get from Victoria's Secret. I get one every day. Every day. Because they're following up with me about the sales that they have going on a weekly to daily basis. So literally, like, if you feel like, oh, I'm going to be annoying if I follow up every day, or, oh, I'm going to be annoying if I follow up on a weekly basis. No, that's you doing your job because they're interested in the products, right? It's your responsibility to give them the information. So you have to reach out. Because you know what? Don't ever put it in their court. Be like, oh, they'll reach out. No, they won't. It's your responsibility. It's your business. So it's so important to just keep following up no matter what. And I'll give you an example. A girl on my team now, I got her number in July. Actually, I got her from a host to post, which is even more interesting. I got her from a host to post in July, okay? I followed up with her 11 times to be a distributor on my team. 11 times. She joined in November. I got her number in July. That's another pro of like labeling like what day you get people's numbers. That way you can tell how long have I been talking to this person? How long have I been following up? How many times did I follow up with this person? And that girl that joined in November, she's going Ruby this month. She's a rock star on my team. She enrolls like a mad woman. She got 10 LCs her first month. So like following up is so important. And when maybe you're around like the 8th or the 10th follow-up, say give or take, and you're like, I'm just like not going to send one because they're not going to respond. Well, honey, if you've done 8 follow-ups and they haven't responded, what if you followed up one more time and they responded or they signed up or they ordered a huge order? What if, right? Don't think about, well, what if they don't respond? What if they do? What if they do? You know, so like don't think of follow-ups as this burden or this annoying thing or something that's not gonna work. It's only not gonna work if you don't do it, if you're not consistent with it. Okay? I'm following up with people now from like people that I started talking to in May of 2019. I am still following up with those people. Still. I sent like a follow-up about like the new tea and the skinny brew that came out. And one girl responded and she said she was interested. I followed up with her 19 times for her and she did not respond to me once. And then she did. The 19th time I sent a follow-up. Anyway, I hope you got my point. So with follow-ups, they don't have to be overcomplicated. They don't have to be this big long text or whatever. You know, like if you say, for example, you're talking to someone about the keto coffee, right? You give them like the information about what the keto coffee is about, right? And then say maybe they don't respond. So the next day, you just text them and say, hey girl, how does the keto coffee sound? That's a follow-up. That's how simple it can be. You just pick up the conversation where it left off. Or maybe you talk to a distributor. Maybe you told them about what you do. And then that's like they just didn't respond. Like you don't know what's going on in people's lives when they don't respond. You have no idea where they are or what they're doing when they open your text. You have no clue. So if you told them like what you do and they didn't respond, you just say, hey girl, how does that sound? That's it. And then they respond. That's it. And that's like on a day-to-day thing. And then maybe, you know, you give someone the prices, right? For becoming a loyal customer and you explain the 90-day challenge, right? If I do that, I send them a short little 2-sentence text that says, hey girl, I have 1 spot left today for my 40% off discount. Do you want to take the spot? ? Super simple. Doesn't have to be overcomplicated. So I do that. And so maybe you said, hey, how does that sound, right? Maybe they didn't respond. Okay. Follow up again the next day and just be like, hey girl, I have 1 more spot for my 40% off discount. Did you want it? And then maybe you said, hey, does that sound to a potential distributor about what you do? And they didn't respond. And just be like, hey girl, like I have 2 spots left on my team and I've had you on my mind all day. Do you want to take this spot? That's like super simple, guys. It does not have to be overcomplicated. And then, you know, maybe they don't answer you after those 2 simple follow-ups that you do. Put it on a weekly basis and they will respond. They will. And that's another thing. When you do follow-ups, you have to know and believe that they're going to respond, that people are going to join, that people are going to order. Because if you're sitting there doing your follow-ups and they'll be like, no one's going to respond. Everyone's going to leave me on red. Nobody likes me. Like if you say that to yourself, that is what you're attracting. And that is exactly what's going to happen. I'm serious. Like, and what did I do last week? I did like 400 follow-ups, right? From like May to like August. And I said, everyone's going to respond. Everyone's going to respond. Everyone's going to respond. My phone like exploded. like between like PLC text and PDT text, like, oh my God, like everything exploded because I believed that it would. So that's that. All right, I'm going to go into like how to use Reach now. So Reach, you do have to pay for it. I think it's like $6 a month. But like honestly, I use it all the time, okay? If you can get a Starbucks coffee for $5 for one day, you can pay $6 a month for an app that helps you make money. Okay? That's all I'm going to say about that. So when you go into the Reach app, this is the first thing that you see. Hopefully you can see that. So like these are all the follow-ups that I've already created, and it's kind of like Connect. Like you can save, follow-ups to send out to your potentials. It's literally the same, except like this is so much organized. Like this is the first thing that you see when you open the app. When like Connect, you got to click a bunch of buttons and it's like, oh my God, where are my messages? So here it's like right here, right? And then in the middle are your groups. So because I organize my contacts by month, I do, January PLC, February PLC, January PDT, February PDT. You get the point. So when you create a group, you just like press the little plus sign dude over there. I'm gonna make, because I haven't made my my February group yet, so I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna do February. I'm gonna do PDT 2019. I also put it like by year too, because I do different emojis per year. I'm like super organized with that. So I'll say create, and then it will give you a blank page like this once you name like the group, and then you just click the plus sign, and then I'll type in PDT 2/blah. So I'm going to just, and then like all of your contacts will pop up, right? So then I just add them, and I'm going to do this like real quick. And like you have to like, if you've been in the business for quite some time like me, you have a lot of people in here. Boop. Okay, I have way more, but like I'm on a Zoom right now. So like just pretend that like, there's, I don't know, like 20 people in here right now. There's only 4, but that's all I can find right now. So once you create your group, all the peeps pop up here, right? Cool, you made your group. Now you go to messages, and it says like messages, like all the follow-ups that you want to send. You click like the little text little dude over here, same thing like an iPhone, and then you just type your follow-up, right? So I'm just gonna say like, hey, it's Kayla from It Works. I'm not gonna actually send this. I'm just gonna like say it. So like I'll say that, right? And then you just click the little send dude, and then you click which group you want to send it to first. So I'm gonna click my February. Where'd it go? Whoop. I'm gonna click my February group, and then I'm gonna click the little send dude again, and then it will pop up in my messages. And see how it's already has my thing typed out for me? I don't have to type anything. So then I just do send, 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 send. Now the good thing about this app is that, so say for example, like on average for me, I have anywhere between 60 to 80 potential distributors each month. And then I have around like 80 to 120 PLCs per month. That's just my number. Those are my averages. I don't know what yours is, but that's mine. So I'll have like really big groups for each month, right? So say for example, like I only have like, I don't know, 20 minutes to like bang out some follow-ups real quick, right? So I'm going to turn off my iMessage. I'm going to keep saying that so like people don't forget. I'm going to turn off my iMessage, right? And then I'm going to go in, create my follow-up, write it up, and then click the group that I want to send it to. That group has 80 people, say it does. If you only have like 10, 15 minutes or you're in a time crunch, you can't do all 80 people at once, that's okay. Send 20 and then stop and then exit out of the app. Come back to it later. Reach will remember how many people you sent it to in that group. So when you go back to continue sending those follow-ups, you don't double text people that you texted earlier. That's a difference with the Reach app. Connect, on the other hand, does not do that. And it's super annoying. So, or maybe like you have, maybe you've gone through, maybe it's like month end, right? Maybe some people that you put in a group for like a PLC signed up as a customer, right? So you don't want to follow up with them again because like you already signed them, right? So when I'm like sending out like follow-ups for like more like PLCs and stuff, if you already have a contact in there that is already a customer, you can literally, it'll say like, do you want to send it to this person? And then you just like click X and then it will say, would you like to continue? And and then you just say yes, it goes right to the next person. And then after you're done following up, you can just remove that contact out of the group. So you don't have to keep doing that every single month. What's another thing with Reach? You can save like all messages. And then, so like I'll click on this one. So like I sent this follow-up like last week while we were at conference. It'll put check marks next to the groups. I don't know if you guys can see that. No, that's worse. It'll put, there you go. So it'll put check marks to the groups that I already sent the follow-up to. So maybe if I only followed up with like 3 months worth of people, I can go back and, not question, oh, did I send it to January or did I send it to February? Oh, I did. Okay, cool. I'm going to start with November and December today. It remembers like who you followed up with when the Connect app does not. So it's like super duper organized. And I love that because like I have a squirrel brain and like I am not organized like with anything in my life. So this is like makes it super, super simple for me. And it makes follow-ups so quick. I follow up like on a monthly basis when I do a big monthly follow-up from all the people that I have from May of last year. It takes me 45 minutes to send 640 follow-ups. That's like my number right now. That's like how high it is. 600, 700 around there. And that's just, actually, no, that's PDTs and PLCs. So that's like 700 people that I'm following up with within 45 minutes. If you did that through Connect, or if you did that through like manually, it would take you hours, literally hours. So again, if you use Connect app, I'm not hating on the Connect app. I love it. But at the same time, like Reach is just so much better for me and so much more organized. And if you're like me and you have a squirrel brain and you're not organized and you just need everything to be simple so you do it, Reach would work perfect for you. So I just really like wanted to like talk about how I do follow-ups and talk about the Reach app because it's helped me so, so much. And another thing, when you're following up, like a mass follow-up, maybe you're talking to like the 100 people that you talked to in the past 2 weeks, follow up, finish following up. Don't respond to people until you are done following up. Because if you like stop following up and then like answer the people that responded, you won't go back to following up because you'll just get lost in conversations that are happening and from people that are responding. So like make sure when you are doing like a mass follow-up between a weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly follow-up, make sure you're doing them all in one sitting. Get them done so you can cross it off your list. And then when you're done, just respond to them. they can wait. Like, you have a life, you have a business, like, you have to do that first. They can wait for a response, you know? So that's like really like all I have. If you guys have any questions, you can drop them in the chat. I forget to place my Amazon order daily, Caroline says. If no one has like any questions, I am going to end this. But thank you guys so much for hopping on. I hope this helps. I hope you guys get all the tips. I hope following up is going to be so much easier for you now and that your businesses are going to boom.